And here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. I hope you can hear me clearly. If you can't, I better turn my volume up so you can. I hope you can hear me clearly enough. Yep, that seems clear enough. Good. So, welcome to BWTM Online. If you haven't already, please check us out. BWTMonline.com. We will be soon be doing live broadcasts and having a live online TV station. So BWTM Online. So we're here to discuss the post-fight show. Whyte, Parker, Chisora, Takam, Ben, Paynod. So first and foremost, I spent 1999 to get the fight, to watch the fight live on my laptop screen so I could be able to stream the fight. So I'm also able to do the live commentary. Was it not worth 1995? Absolutely, you bet. 1995, that was probably one of the best 1995s I've spent in a long time. And I'm talking about the two fights. Um, Takam, Chisora, Parker, Whyte. Those two fights was worth every single penny. Um, so let's get into it. Let's start talking. First and foremost, Nigel Benn, son, Conor Benn. I had people on this channel earlier in the evening come up to me and say to me that Nigel Benn's son, Conor Benn, is elite. But, you know, this Paynod that he fought had a record which I think had 13 fights and 5 of them were defeats. It wasn't very good. His footwork was terrible. He had non-existent. He was unable to fight off the back foot. Getting clipped with shots for straight left hand against a guy who is meant to be recognised as a journeyman. It was a terrible, terrible fight for Conor Benn. People said he's young and he's learning, but I don't think that fight, as exciting as it was, there's no way that should have been on a pay-per-view card. That fight should have been on small hall promotion somewhere in Bethnal Green or Brentford Town Hall or just something like Crystal Palace, something like that, a small hall show. That fight did not deserve to be on pay-per-view. I'm sorry. So I can't justify that fight. Sorry, being on pay-per-view. Ben versus, to be honest, again, it's like the Chris Eubank thing. Ben can fight only coming forward. He can't fight off the back foot. And frankly, I don't think he can't box off the back foot. He seems very one-dimensional in his attacks. And if I were Conor Benn, I'd be looking very seriously with some serious cross eyes at the trainer that I've got, because Conor Benn, I've not been funny, but that was absolute garbage. That was absolute garbage. And anybody who wants to sit down and tell me Conor Benn's an elite fighter, then if Conor Benn's an elite fighter, then Crawford, Thurman, and Spence must be gods. And I don't believe that. So there's that. So there's that for one side. The second thing is Paynod. I don't know if Paynod is worth if he's English title level or his British title level. So serious question marks about the future of Conor Benn. Shout out to Dave Allen, who was getting outboxed for 4 rounds until he landed that big right hand and knocked out Nick Webb. For me, I'd like to see Dave Allen find himself a good trainer and a promoter that's going to look after his career. So, not Dave Allen was a right hand away from obscurity. So, you know, I'd like to see Dave Allen get himself another trainer and promoter. Don't know that's going to be Frank Warren, but a different promoter that's going to look and guide his career. I think even going back to Dennis Hobson might be an idea, but I don't know where Dave's head is with that. But Congratulations to Dave Allen again, a fighter in Nick Webb who was defensively irresponsible. This is what happens when you're irresponsible defensively. Okay, let's talk about Katie Taylor and her fight against Connor. Again, I said this earlier on in my commentary. I don't know what Katie Taylor does that's so spectacular. She's a good fighter, but she stands in front of opponents and gets clipped with too many shots for my liking. And she doesn't do anything spectacular. She's got fast hands. Yes, she beat the girl tonight because she was physically stronger than her and was able to outpunch her. That was it. But to me, I don't see what the big fuss about Katie Taylor is. All right. So that's that. Moving on, Chisora versus Takam. A fight where, to me, Takam was winning that fight. It was like a father giving his son a beating. That's what it was. And suddenly, out of nothing, out of nowhere, this right hand of Derek Chisora lands and knocks out Takam. Mind you, this is the same right hand that Derek Chisora knocked Kevin Johnson down with. The same right hand that Malik Scott got knocked down with. The same right hand that he did Gerber and Parler with. So does this make Don Charles a better trainer? I want to talk about Don Charles for just a second. Just a second. Now, I know a lot of people are getting on the back of Don Charles, but I'm not sure people understand the actual dynamics of Don Charles' team. Don Charles has brought a lot of guys on that have suffered losses. And he's like, Don Charles is kind of like the Virgil Hunter of the UK. Fighters that get beaten up, get sent a fight beaten up, or their careers have been derailed, or they've come out of knockout defeats. They go to Don Charles for a bit of love. That's what Don Charles is all about, right? That's exactly what Don Charles is. So that's what Don Charles as a trainer is. He's like a mentor for fighters. So Don Charles doesn't get the best fighters. You know, leave that for Rob McCracken, Tony Sims. Matchroom fighters come straight out of the Olympics or out of the World Amateur Championships, and those fighters go straight to whoever Matchroom sign, and then the Matchroom don't use Don Charles because Don Charles is not a Matchroom trainer, so he ends up getting the crumbs, fighters that have been knocked out and beaten up. So if you're saying Don Charles is a poor trainer, then that's where it comes from. That's where it's at. All right. It's not so much Don Charles being a poor trainer. The allocation of top fighters to Don Charles' gym is very few and far between. So, you had the Golden Boys, Adam Booth, Joe Gallagher. One guy I think is up and coming and looks like he's going to be a very good trainer is going to be Jamie Moore. I think Jamie Moore is going to be a tremendous trainer in the future, for British boxing. So, yeah. But back to Don Charles. I think Don Charles gets a bad rap because, the fighters that go to his camp and the people that train with Don Charles are not the fan. They're not world beaters. Don Charles just does the best. So shout out to Don Charles anyway. And yeah, they've got the win, which is good for Don Charles and Derek Chisora. Congratulations. Great knockout punch. And, I'm really proud of Derek Chisora. I'm happy for him. And I personally, if you're going to match Derek Chisora now, I would like to see Derek Chisora matched against Manwal Shah for the WBA regular heavyweight title. I'd like to see Derek Chisora get that fight. I think it's a wonderful fight for Chisora. So I'd like to see Chisora win that fight. So as for Buglioni, I didn't see Buglioni fight tonight. So sorry, I can't talk about Buglioni. I saw Anthony Fowler fight. I can't say I'm tremendously impressed with Anthony Fowler. We're going to have to see how he does. Senior Byfield, who's been on our channel a few times, was fights. Ted Cheeseman, looking forward to that fight. It's going to be a great fight. A great opportunity for a Senior Byfield to rip the British title and become British champion. A great opportunity for a Senior Byfield, but also a great opportunity for Ted Cheeseman to put away one of the more talented fighters in this country. Okay. So it was a great right hand from Derek Chisora. He surprised himself. I don't think Chisora even thought he was going to knock out Takam. So I don't know if age had anything to do with Takam getting knocked out the way he did. It looked like he just ran out of steam suddenly. I don't know, but he was getting worked over badly, Derek Chisora, proper bad. So somebody saying Big Baby is the mandatory for Cha and Quendo. Okay, he might be mandatory. We'll see what happens with that. Moving on next, the main event: Dillian Whyte versus Carlos Takam. No, Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker. I think I called that fight in terms of strategically what would happen happened. I'm going to say something straight up now. Joseph Parker, if you're listening, you need to get rid of your trainer. No disrespect to Kevin Barry. You need to get rid of him. Kevin Barry's not taking you any further in your career. Your last 4 fights, you've done the same garbage in the last 4 fights. And that can only attribute to one thing. Your trainer is unable to give you anything new. 2 fights now, 3 fights now. I've heard there's a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I've heard all these plans. The only plan I know that you've got is double jab right hand. Double jab right hand. That's it. No creativity, one dimensional, same crap, same combination punching, no defense, shocking defense. You know what I mean? And eventually caught up with Joseph Parker tonight. Those people who are saying that Dillian Whyte was too heavy for the fight, totally disagree with you. Dillian Whyte, one of the reasons why Dillian Whyte was able to win this fight tonight and hold on was because of that extra weight. He was able to bully Parker in the clinches. He was able to lean on Parker, lean on him, sap the energy from Parker's legs. So you got 100, man, it's 250 plus lean on your back that saps the energy out of your legs, plus the body shots as well. So Joseph Parker and his trainer, as far as I'm concerned, Parker needs to have a serious word with his trainer because his trainer allowed Dillian Whyte to old man him in there. At one point, I saw Dillian Whyte grab the ropes and pull Parker towards him. I mean, it was just, and Ian John Lewis allowed that to happen. And to allow a fighter to lean on another fighter, and it's taking the sapping energy out of them, and then the body shots are coming as well. So in the end, I said that Joseph Parker was vulnerable to body shot, to left hooks, and people didn't believe me. Thought I was talking rubbish. What punch knocked him down? Left hook to the head. So that's where it's at. So Dillian Whyte, I don't see Dillian Whyte anywhere near Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury ain't ready for Dillian Whyte. He ain't ready for Dillian Whyte. If Tyson Fury was any good, any ready, he would be fighting Francesco Pianetta and Safa Safiri. So until Tyson Fury fights somebody of a serious note, forget Tyson Fury. I don't even talk about Tyson Fury now. It's a joke. Right, next thing. Joseph Parker said he needs to get rid of his trainer. His trainer is serving him no purpose. Who would I like to see Joseph Parker train with? Had my way. Fundamentals. I'd like to see Joseph Parker train with Ronnie Shields. I think that would be a great move. Ronnie Shields or Virgil Hunter. Both of those guys will teach you defense and attack. In fact, I wouldn't mind seeing Joseph Parker train with James Ali Bashir, to be honest. I would like to see, yeah. But I don't want to hear no more about Tyson Fury. Until that man fights somebody decent, stops talking, just talks too damn much now, Tyson Fury. Talks too damn much rubbish. Talks too much rubbish. How can we call that Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder and fighting Safa Safiri? I don't know how boxing fans can, on one hand, say Tyson Fury needs time to get better as a fighter and he needs fights, but on the same hand, as soon as Tyson calls it Deontay Wilder, they want to see Tyson fight Deontay Wilder. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I've said it before. Tyson is lagging behind. Parker should have picked it up earlier from the 11th. Well, maybe so. Huey scores Robert Helenius showed me that. Of course he would. Parker versus Tyson. No, I don't want to see that. I'm not interested in that. Yeah, it was a good fight card tonight. Good fight card tonight. I'd like to know who did the matchmaking for that fight. I really would. For that card, love to know. What do I think of Dave Allen? Well, I've known Dave Allen for a number of years. Dave Allen, we were the first channel to really take Dave Allen under our wings years ago, and Dave Allen would do many interviews with us. I think Dave Allen, you've got to ask yourself the question: how good a fighter is Nick Webb? He was always defensively irresponsible. I'm just glad for Dave Allen to get the win. What Dave Allen needs is a promoter that's going to support him, promoter and a manager that's going to flip him manage his career, and either Dave Allen takes his career seriously or retire. That's what I think of Dave Allen. Take the fight game seriously or retire. You know what I mean? Can we leave Fury out the equation? Khalid's back to his best. It's absolutely pointless. Currently isn't in the top 10 heavyweights. Too much time off. Tyson hasn't proved anything. Totally agree with you, J124. Totally agree. Rob Plant says he wasn't calling him out. He was just saying he will fight them when he's ready. Good. Jay, mate, I was saying Fury needs to fight at the end of the year to show people he's serious. Whyte said he wanted to fight at the end of December. Absolutely no chance. Dillian Whyte's going anywhere near Tyson Fury. That's all talk. They're more likely to Dillian Whyte to fight with Jarrell Miller, a return against Derek Chisora. But I think a title fight. I'd like to see Dillian Whyte in a world title fight now. It's enough time. I just don't know if, but to me, I don't know if Dave Allen would appreciate a new trainer and a promoter and a manager. I don't know if he would. I just don't know. I don't know. And Dillian Whyte, jab was decent tonight. He needs to stop losing balance of wild hooks, though. He still needs to keep proving. I agree. Dillian Whyte proved a lot tonight. Whyte versus Miller. Why do you want to see Whyte versus Miller? What does that prove? Who was Big Baby Miller beaten to get all this credit? Big Baby Miller ain't done shit. Big Baby Miller should go and fight Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is what you get when you have a trainer that has hit his ceiling. Tell you what, I tell you who else wouldn't be a bad fit for Joseph Parker? Adam Booth. Why? What would Adam Booth teach Joseph Parker? How to get in, how to get out, and how to get to the sides. So I think a Joseph Parker style, like how David Haye fights, I think that style would suit Joseph Parker. Footwork, the movement, David Haye, that sort of style. I think that would suit Parker right down to the ground. Whether we'll get that as another matter instead. Listen to me, loyalty as a trainer, loyalty to a trainer as a fighter is not good. I think at the end of the day, a fighter's got to go. Fighters' careers are short at the end of the day. So I really think that a fighter needs to find out what's best for his career. Understand me? Needs to find out what's best for his career. He's got a short career. Trainer can always find another guy to train. You know what I mean? They can train until they're 70 years old. But I'm not in all this business about being loyal to a trainer. Not when you're getting your head picked off. I don't agree. So it's not one of the best pay-per-view shows I've ever watched, but it was one of the best matchroom pay-per-view shows I've watched of recent years. Yes, I'd say that. Now I know Dillian Whyte can't beat Wilder. Really? I don't know about that bit. I don't know if there's any trainer that can make anything more out of Parker. Yep. First of all, Parker needs defense. He's got no defense whatsoever. So I think defensive trainers such as Virgil Hunter and what's the other guy's name? Ronnie Shields would definitely make a difference to Parker. And I think that Adam Booth would be perfect for Joseph Parker as well. Those are three trainers I think would be perfect for Joseph Parker. Whether Joseph Parker gets trained with any of those trainers, I don't know. That's what I would say. See, thing is, the one thing about Dillian Whyte, which a lot of you are missing, is that if you're going to knock Dillian Whyte out, you've got to come to knock him out. And the thing is, just like Parker, Wilder doesn't move his head either. And the thing is, Dillian Whyte comes down and comes up through the middle. Dangerous comes up through the middle, comes through the sides. Dillian Whyte is a much improved fighter. Much improved fighter. And all these people that were saying, me, the same people that here were saying, oh, well, if Joshua couldn't knock down Parker, then Whyte won't. I said, I told you, Whyte can hurt Parker. You're all saying I was talking shit. Now you've seen it for yourself. I don't want to hear anything about Luis Ortiz and Dillian Whyte. I don't hear anything about that. I told you how poor Parker was defensively. Parker needs to leave the whole of that team, personally. Yeah, Parker was making too many schoolboy errors. Of course he was. Yeah, Wilder one punch only, but you need to do that to be at the top, and he hasn't for me. I really like Wilder, though. He's good for the sport. So Parker deserves a better trainer. Yes. Why? Because Whyte's gone up in levels too. Parker needs to leave New Zealand, go to America. No, but he's been training in America. You forget he's training in America in Vegas with Kevin Barry. So that don't work. Parker needs to leave his train at the moment. You don't think Ortiz beats Whyte? I don't want to hear about Luis Ortiz. I don't want to hear about Luis Ortiz. I don't want to hear anybody talks about Luis Ortiz, right? Because most people just talk about Luis Ortiz, and then when Luis Ortiz gets beat, you say he's 48 years old. I don't want to hear about Luis Ortiz. He's 48 years old. I don't want to hear about Luis Ortiz. He's an old man. So I don't want to hear if Whyte beats Luis Ortiz when he's an old man and Wilder beat him. So if he's an old man, he's 48 years old, let him remain a 48-year-old man. He shouldn't be boxing. That's it. I don't hear about Luis Ortiz. Not on this channel. I don't want to hear about Luis Ortiz because I've had every bullshit every bullshit excuse about Luis Ortiz. When Wilder fought Luis Ortiz, Wilder should fight Luis Ortiz. When Wilder beats Luis Ortiz is too old. Now, if Dillian Whyte fights Luis Ortiz and he beats Luis Ortiz, you're going to sit around and tell me afterwards that Luis Ortiz is too old. I don't want to hear Luis Ortiz's name. Don't hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Don't want to hear that crap about Luis Ortiz. So, I'm not interested in Luis Ortiz. Let's give Dillian Whyte his credit for what he's done tonight. He beat Joseph Parker when a lot of you thought that Joseph Parker wouldn't have beaten Joseph Parker wouldn't have got dropped by Dillian Whyte. And I told you Joseph Parker was one left hook away from getting dropped. And it happened. And I called the left hook. So there you go. Forget Luis Ortiz. Well, not on this channel. On this channel, I'm forgetting Luis Ortiz. You don't talk about Luis Ortiz on another channel. I don't want to hear about Luis Ortiz. I think next time is right now. Let's give Dillian Whyte all the credit in the world for what he did tonight. He took on a guy he wasn't. Nobody really think he should have fought. I don't think he should have fought. But now, for me, Dillian Whyte has solidified himself as a world-class operator. Whyte was brilliant tonight. Good long jab, doubling up Parker, doubling it up to back Parker up, which is what I wanted to see him do. Good combination, brutal body shots, and good engine. A little worried about him losing his balance regularly. Yes, I agree there. Fair play, Ingram. You were spot on with your prediction by the Whyte fight, and thank you, as I had a decent bet on Whyte on points. Thank you very much, Stephen Pemberton. And of course, you're going to say that, Stephen. Many people won't see this prediction that I made about Whyte and Parker, and will ignore that and look to another prediction I got wrong. So Whyte's been around in the top forever. How has he never got a title shot? I don't know, but he deserves one now. Dillian needs world-class fights now, like Wilder should be with in the next 3 fights. What are you talking about, James Jones? Dillian Whyte should be getting a world title fight right now. He should be getting a fight ahead of what's his name? Big Baby Miller. He should be fighting for the Whyte. He should be fighting what's his name? Manuel Shah, Big Baby Miller. Who's Big Baby Miller fought? How many world title eliminators has Big Baby Miller fought against? He fought against Duhaupas. That's it. Who else Big Baby Miller fought? I'd like to see a Big Baby Miller fight Takam. I'd like to see Big Baby Miller fight Chisora. I'd like to see Big Baby Miller. I forget why. I'd like to see Big Baby Miller because I think he deserves a world title shot. Now, I don't hear nothing else but world title shot for Dillian Whyte. David A said Parker's going to win. As soon as David A says that somebody's going to win, bet the opposite. Wilder should fight Whyte. It's the fight that makes sense if AJ doesn't. Yeah, I think so. Whyte versus Wilder. That's definitely a fight that should be made. I agree. Char's tied up with Quendo. He's lost the case. Okay. Whyte versus AJ. I don't want to see that fight again. Not interested in that fight. I'm not interested in the fight. I'm not interested in that fight at all. No interest whatsoever. I'd like Dillian Whyte to go and fight for a version of the title. Fight Char for the title. That's what I like to see. Ingram, if Parker had one more round, Dillian was in trouble. Mate, listen. If Taylor had If Taylor didn't get stopped from 2 seconds from the end of his fight against Julio Cesar Chavez, who had beaten Julio Cesar Chavez, if Bruno had followed up against Tyson in the first fight, he'd have been world champion and been the first man to beat Mike Tyson. Yeah. If Takam had slipped that right hand, slipped inside of Chisora's right hand, he might have still won that fight. Mate, that is if buts and maybes. What's up, big dog? I'm here. Marky B, Ingram and my. Yeah, good to see you in the room, my friend. Don't want to see AJ rematch yet. Whyte should fight Wildershot. I agree. Good seeing you, Marky B. Povetkin or Whyte? No, I don't want to hear about Povetkin or Whyte, man. Joshua's got Povetkin. That's it. Was Parker all hype? I don't know if Parker's hype, but I know his damn trainer is. Kevin Barry is a terrible, he's a useless trainer. Well, he's useless for Parker now. Sorry. And I blame Kevin Barry for Parker's performance in the last 4 fights. I feel Parker only got to Whyte because he was tired. Otherwise, why didn't Parker go for it earlier? Stupid argument. I don't think Wilder wants Whyte though. He knows he's going to have to dig real deep for that fight. I agree. I thought Parker would win, but I had doubts after Chisora fight, as it meant to me Dean Whyte did well. Did you say that Truex would beat DeGale first time round, and Fury would beat Klitschko? Truex was a massive outsider from a betting point of view. I have to give credit where credit is due. Thank you very much, Stephen Pemberton, for that. I appreciate that. Parker come back, yeah. Come back and do what? Come back and do what? Come back and get knocked out. Parker ain't come back. If Parker comes back with the same bullshit, then the same bullshit's going to happen. Parker and his team needs a serious sit down with themselves. You're right about Parker. Parker needs right guidance. Your insight and breaking down the fights are superb. So far, fair play. Thank you very much. Parker should go with someone like James Ellie Bashir. You've not James Ellie Bashir, Adam Booth, in and out movement. Bashir would give him fundamental boxing skills, and all round boxing ability, footwork. That's what James Ellie Bashir would give. People saying that if there's one more round, it's like a 12 round fight, and Parker didn't make it count. Whyte did, yeah. I don't hear no excuses for Parker. He wasn't good enough, and that's it. Whyte and Del Boy both handled Parker and Takam way easier than Joshua, the so-called number 1 heavyweight. There you go. There. Parker shouldn't have even taken this fight. He didn't need to. Well, whose problem's that? That's Dave Higgins and his trainer. So Dave Higgins gets 35 off the top, so I understand. And then his trainer gets 5% after that. Bloody hell. I hope Wilder don't fight that Brazil. He wank over. Did nothing to AJ. No contender for me. No, they didn't. It was hard for both. When Whyte came in heavy, I thought Parker would win. I like Whyte, but Parker showed no mettle. I told you guys that before about Parker. Serious question marks about Joseph Parker when he comes over to the UK and says, "I have it made. I've achieved already." So, while you listen to this, people, please do hit the subscribe button. Do hit the like button. But after the AJ fight, coming off a loss, this fight was a gamble. You should be better off fighting against Bryant Jennings. Bryant Jennings would have kicked his ass as well. Other than Wilder, what interesting fights are there for AJ? It appears McCracken doesn't want the fight, so I can't see it happening in 2019. AJ. AJ Fury. AJ Huey Fury. Parker has always been terrible in my money. Huey beat him, got robbed. So they're basically rinsing Parker's money whilst putting him in fights he doesn't need to be in. Poor guy. Yep. Usyk beats Parker. Of course Usyk beats Parker. And I don't know. Just hit thumbs up though. I had already. Thank you very much. Please hit the subscribe button. We love your subscriptions. So please do hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. And oh, by the way, if you haven't already checked this out, please check us out. There you go. BWTMonline.com. So that's where we're at now. AJ wants all full belts, I think. He won't listen to Hearn or Kraken. Parker did it for money, greed. That sounds like it to me. Is there anything else you'd like me to talk about before I end this broadcast? It's been a long day for me today, real long day. If there's anything else you'd like me to add before I end the broadcast, let me know. Smash that like button, please. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and do check out BWTM online. Right, if there's nothing else to talk about, then I'm out of here. Thank you all so much once again. Prediction for Mikey Garcia fight. Ingram, I think Parker should put a team up with Lawrence Harrison. I think Oliver. Well, no, you're trying to be funny, right? Garcia Easter, good fight. People say that Garcia, Rick Ramos, who was on earlier, says that Easter's too Garcia's too strong for Easter. We'll have to wait and see. I personally feel, my personal opinion, there is no damn reason if you're that tall and that long, Mikey Garcia should have no business getting on the inside on you. But we'll have to wait and see how that fight turns out. Brief thought on Arsenal. How many English players are playing for them? I'm concerned about that. How do you rate the card compared to other matchroom events? Probably the best card I've had with matchroom. Probably the best matchroom card. I must admit, I thought Parker would get a points win, but he looked in no man's land as soon as Whyte made it a real tear up. Best fight in a long time. Did you watch Arsenal match? No, I've been coaching all day today cricket, so no, sorry. And looks like I've got a contract coming soon, a big contract. No, I didn't watch the match. How do? What do you think? What do you think? And do you think we will bring in a winner? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh, you talk about Cairo. Good to see you in the room, and thank you very much, Cairo. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Cairo. I can't really say. Arsenal. I want to see more English players playing for Arsenal. I have to say. Who do you think are the top five best heavyweights outside the big two? Vetkin, Whyte. I think Jennings is a player in the heavyweight division. I want to see where Stavern is and what he's doing with his career, man. I want to see what he's doing. Um, I don't rate Parker as a top five heavyweight. I'm sorry. Um, I'd like to see where Nathan Gorman is. I'd like to see where Daniel Dubois is, and I definitely want to see my boy, um, the guy with Nelson, Martin Bacoli. He looks a dangerous heavyweight, very dangerous heavyweight. Arsenal look very fit now. Emery is drilling them. Good, cool. AJ one, Povetkin two, Whyte three, Parker should be in the top five. So AJ one and two, Wilder and AJ, they can mix one and two respectively. Povetkin three, Whyte four, Parker five. Who's Parker beat? I'd like to stick Huey Fury up there with Pulev. So I'm going to put Huey Fury ahead of Pulev. Windmill, Joker. Right, I'm out of here. Don't forget to smash the like button. Whyte or Wilder? Miller, forget Miller. Who's Miller beat? Who's Miller beat to be in the top five? Right, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching as always. And as I said before, And I'll say it again. This message, please hit the like button and hit that subscribe button on BWTM. The like and subscribe button. Don't forget it. Subscribe and like BWTM. We're out. Have a great night.